Hello, you are watching a Jake Wartooth video. Today I'm going to be recommending, reviewing, and showing my PlayStation 2 video game collection. So first off, we have Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Wrath of Cortex is my favorite Crash game. Grand Theft Auto 3. I've never played this. This was like $10 or something, and it was pretty cheap. And it came with the manual, and it came with the map. And the disc. It came with everything. That's dope. Never played it though. My girlfriend bought this actually. This is hers. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. There's also Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence. They're different versions of the same game with slightly different stuff in between them, I'm sure. This is the Greatest Hits edition. For PlayStation 2 games, when it's red up here instead of black like this, that means this is the $20 version because the game was so popular that they're like, all right, we'll sell a cheapo version and call it a Greatest Hits. So you get this red thing. These were the $20 versions of the games that came out, probably at $60. So Metal Gear Solid 2, my first Metal Gear Solid game, one of my favorite Metal Gear Solid games. I don't like it. I'm just kidding, I love this game. It's really good. Metal Gear Solid 2 is awesome. And I have Metal Gear Solid 3, the original Snake Eater edition. Not the Subsistence version. Also with the manual. I have the manual in 2 as well. I got these at a thrift store in California for $8 a piece. Yeah, $7.99. I also got my GameCube there for $30. It was pretty awesome. I like that place. Shadow of the Colossus. This, for most of my life, I considered this to be my favorite game of all time. Metal Gear Solid 3 is now my favorite game of all time. But this is up there. These games are both amazing. This one had a light remake, a remaster, I would call it, in the HD collection, Xbox 360. Pretty good. And then they just released it again in this big collection that you can get on the PS5. That's pretty cool. And they're remaking it. They're calling it Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. So I don't know how good that remake's going to be, but I hope you can play as Raiden in the remake. That's all I got to say. But Shadow of the Colossus, super good game. You guys got to get this game. I don't have the manual. But very good game. One of my favorite games ever. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. This is my favorite Tony Hawk game. Story-wise, I kind of hate it, and the first few big levels in the story, I like those ones, but like as the game goes on, the levels kind of get crappier. But I don't know, it's just nostalgia wins, I guess. You can play as Steve-O riding a bull, and the controls are horrible, but it's awesome. It's like Bam versus Tony Hawk. That's a good Tony Hawk game. All the Tony Hawk games I played are pretty good, but this one specifically is my favorite, and that's probably just for nostalgia reasons. And we got a crappy case, not an original case, for Tak 2 Staff of Dreams, my favorite Tak in the Power of Juju game. It says used $5.95. It's got the sticker right there. So I bought this for $6. It didn't work, and then I went and got it polished, and then it worked. And it worked great, so the place that polished it did a good job. But there's the disc. That's a better idea of what it looks like. This game's really weird. Half of it you play in the real Juju world, and then half you play in the dream world. And the dream world's bizarre. This game holds up really well. It's like actually a really good game. Speaking of games that hold up well, I have Destroy All Humans. I got 2 copies. One of them doesn't work very good at all, so I bought another one. But this game doesn't hold up very well. It's really janky. Like I tried to play these more recently, and I was like, just compared to like other like compared to like Jak and Daxter. Like Jak and Daxter, this game plays amazing, and there's no load screens at all. It's crazy. It's like how did they pull that off? I don't have the manual for it. And look at that disc. It's beautiful. It's got the little map on there. I love that. But Destroy All Humans, very funny. It's still funny. Everything they wrote for it was good. Art direction's great. It just plays like jank. and they remade it. I haven't played the remake, but hopefully they polished it up some, because I didn't play it for like more than like half an hour because I was over it. Extermination. This is a game I like a lot, but I will admit is not very good. I don't even know how to describe it. You're like up in some Arctic base or Alaskan like research base, and then like some thing happened. Like the thing kind of happened, but like it's kind of a puzzle game. It's kind of a janky shooter game. It's a third-person shooter game. It's weird, but like the vibes were there when I was playing it. Like I was like, oh yeah, this feels like a nut I can crack, when I was like 12 years old or something. Ratchet and Clank. I don't remember getting this. I don't know how I got this. This might not even be mine. But Ratchet and Clank's good. I like Ratchet and Clank. I played the PS4 remake. That was pretty good. I got it for free with the PlayStation Plus, whatever, online subscription. But yeah, I like Ratchet and Clank. My favorite Ratchet and Clank game is Ratchet Deadlocked. You're gonna, if you're gonna learn anything about me, it's my favorite thing is sometimes not always the best thing, except for in the Metal Gear series. Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite in the Metal Gear Solid series, and it's the best one. The Simpsons Road Rage. This one's pretty good. I think I played the Game Boy Advance version of this, and that one was actually pretty good as well. Ultimate Spider-Man. This might be my favorite Spider-Man game. I know Spider-Man PS4 is good. I haven't played Spider-Man 2 because it didn't look very good to me. So I didn't get Spider-Man 2. I was hyped on the Venom stuff, but then like I saw more of the trailers come out and I was just like, nah, I don't care. But you want a good Spider-Man and Venom story? I think this one's okay. The boss fights in this game kind of really suck, and it's all about the bosses. So it's basically like you play in the open world and you solve crimes and do little races and stuff, and then after that you get to do a story mission, and usually a story mission is just fighting a boss, and the bosses suck, so it drags the game down a lot. Some of the bosses are cool, but some of them are just, I don't like them at all. I'm talking about the Green Goblin specifically. That game made me rage quit, and I haven't come back to this game in a while just because the Green Goblin pissed me off so much. Also, the fight with Eddie on the rooftop, like, the fight with Eddie at the very end of the game when he's trying to destroy the helicopter with Trask in it, I don't like that fight at all. That one sucks. I die like 8 times every time I gotta do that. Destroy All Humans 2! They do this like hippie aesthetic with this game. And then I think you take over the whole United States. You might do that in the first game, I don't remember. But these are good games. They're just janky. The second one does definitely play better than the first one. They did a good job. Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This is the best one. It's way better than the first one. And then they made the one, they released these games again, but together. It was like the ultimate, the complete saga is what they called it. And you could play as any of these characters in any of the levels, and I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I found these at a thrift store in California for pretty cheap. I found this one, and it's not here, but I have Lego Star Wars 1 as well, which is the first 3 episodes, which I don't like as much. But I got this one, and I was happy. When I bought both of them together, and Lego Star Wars 1, it was so scratched that when I put it in my PlayStation 2, it couldn't even read the disc. And I tried for a while, and if and when I got it to play, it probably barely worked at all. But this one worked fine, and I was like, well, I like Lego Star Wars 2 better anyway, so I'm fine with that. Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. This game is awesome. This game is really good, actually. I get lost when I play it, though. It's not... the game is not as... It's not as intuitive. Like, the the paths you need to take, the direction you need to go in. Sometimes you complete a boss and then it's like, okay, what now? And that's where I get to that every time I play that game. I complete something and then I'm like, I'm actually not sure where I'm supposed to go now. It's kind of like a weird Scooby-Doo Metroidvania. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. I don't remember this game. I remember Project 8 much more than this game. So I don't know how I feel about this one at all. Aw shit, here we go again.